За санаа. Станлигийн дараагийн дугаар. Тэгэхээр тэн дээр барыг тоглоом дуусах байх гэж бодож байна. Итгэж байна. Маш итгэж байна. За энэ тайлбар яах вэ? За өмнө хэлжсэн би түүхийн дагаж явж байгаад унтраахын дарж үзсэн юм чинь. Гэхдээ дэрийг хийгээгүй. Шууд хажиж замаасаа дэлийгаа скип руу орж ирсэн. Тэгэхээр одоо би оффин дарж үзсэн.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go back to his boss's office. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here. So coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Oh. 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 Онгоцсон байна. Унтраахын дард утсан. Яагаад вэ? Нилээн олон төгсгөлтэй тоглоом байх шиг байна энэ. Хэдэн ч удаа тоглоом эхлэлтэй.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Энэ дээр нэг юм байсан. Тэр дээдхийг нэг харж үзсэн ээ. Хүн харж явах юм бил. Үй.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped on. Their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers. Lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it?
You win.
Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery was...
Болчоо.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Wow.
Even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange
ямар гоё юм
But
бэ.
as sunlight streamed into the chamber,
Тэр
he
шувуунаас
realized none of this
чинь
mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be.
ямар удаан.
And that was all.
Тэр хажууд
It
байсан
was
бэ.
perhaps
Нөгөө
the only
өмнөх
thing
модон
worth
байсан юм шиг
knowing.
байна.
Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to
Дөрвөн дээр
happen.
маш том мод байна.
And Stanley was happy.
Тийм ээ, би маш их аз жаргалтай байна. Оо, тоглоом. Yes, тоглоом их дуусгацсан. Yeah. Тэгтээ амар бол achievement тос байл л дээ. Ингэж дуусдаг. Би тэгвэл гоё. Оф тарсанд баярлчлаа.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anyway except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy.
Нэр нь тоглоом дуусчлаа. Тоглоомыг би ялсан гэсэн
Stanley
дээ.
waited.
Эхлээд би он биш оффин дарсан бол тэгээд шууд дуусчих
As
байсан.
years gone by, he no
Данч
longer had the ability to tell.
зүрхэлсэн үү яс. Хүн
One thing he knew
оффин
for
дараа
sure,
гэж хэлсэн
beyond
болов.
any doubt, was that if he waited long enough,
Оффин
answers would
дараараа гэж хэлсэн бол би шууд үгийн сөрөөд оны дараа л
they
оны
would arrive.
асаахын дараа л тэгэл бөмбөг дэлбэрэл тэгэл 2 3 дугаар
He
одоо
will
3
be
дугаар
spoken
өгч
to.
байна.
He
Тэгээд
will be
явчлаа.
told what to do.
Тэгээд таалагдсан бол
Just a little bit
subscribe дараарай. Та нараас
Now it's
өөрсдөө
even
энийг гоё
closer.
цааш нь янз бүрийн замаар дуусгах болох юм байна.
A few moments later.
To get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Ийш орж үзээгүй юм те. Үзсэн юм байна.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Би бүр тэр дээшээ гарч бол үзээгүй. Аа.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.